Hello and welcome to That Friday Show, and a special show today as we celebrate a year of Estuary TV. We have plenty of guests to chat to today, so it's time to celebrate. But before all that, let's have a look at the birth of local TV.
The fantastic thing about local television is that it opens up a raft of new opportunities for new talent.
When you're talking about 12 million homes launching with new local TV stations up and down the country, the scale of this is very different to anything that's happened before.
I believe that all of this represents a significant shift in the UK media landscape.
During the hubbub of the 2013 Edinburgh Festival, the Guardian's International TV Festival is in full swing as the excitement mounts for the official launch of the new local TV network, which will be on Channel 8 in most parts of the country. In the first round of licences issued by the government, 19 major cities across the UK are coming together to form one body, the Local Television Network, otherwise known as LTVN.
Something that is really difficult in broadcast television is to, if you're a new entrant to the industry, is actually being able to get your first foot in the door, and that's something that local TV is going to be a real provider for.
Well, London Live is going to be commissioning over 80 hours of original content for London, so that means a huge number of series, movies, films, music videos that we need to commission, and that's an incredible opportunity for the London filmmaker and creative community.
Indeed, as a sector, we're having to recalibrate the financial television model used by established television companies.
It's about great television on lower budgets, and so that's a challenge in itself, really. But the technology is there, the capability is there, and there's the passion as well. And I think that is something that's going to be really key to making some good, raw, really exciting local television.
I'm now joined in the studio by Matt Perry, who works with Estuary TV and On the Bench. Welcome to the show, Matt.
Hiya.
So just tell me a little bit about how you got involved with Estuary TV.
Well, I originally saw Tom, the producer of On the Bench, doing an edit, which you was in.
Unlucky for some.
At Grimsby Town. And it was a Vox Pop edit. And then I just inquired about it. And he said, oh, why don't you come along to the show? And then that's how I began to shadow and get hands-on experience.
Yeah. And how has it developed from there? How has the show developed with you?
The show has developed massively. We've got highlights from clubs. But exposure for community clubs which might not have that exposure.
Definitely.
If it wasn't.
Yeah, because we have lots of local clubs and sports clubs that we visit, don't we? Has there been any that kind of stand out to you that in terms of exposure?
Well, the Grimsby Snack Rats, which we've done tonight, it's all about voluntary work. I mean, that's fantastic, but maybe somebody else won't pick that story up and progress with it and show everyone that story that we have.
Yeah, definitely. Has there been any highlights over the last couple of years that you've been working with Estuary TV?
I've met John Altridge, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
But the VT want the best. But that's one of them things you remember. You don't remember. You're not going to forget meeting a Liverpool legend, are you?
Yeah, I don't. I'm a Liverpool fan. Going forward with the show then, how has it kind of, because we started off online, we were on YouTube for however many months, and then we went on to TV obviously a year ago. How do you think the show's developed with that move?
Yeah, I think it took the move at the right time. I think we are getting a large audience, we are active on social media, and we are getting responses from people. And there are loads of welcoming clubs that want to be exposed to the world.
Yeah, definitely. And going forward, have we got any plans that are coming up in the next season?
That'd be telling, wouldn't it?
We've got a couple of shows left of this series, haven't we, in the run-up to Christmas. Big Christmas show. I've got my favourite Christmas jumper ready to go. And then going into January, we'll have lots of sports things. So is there anything that you know that's coming up?
Well, we've got a lot of Merry Christmases, a lot of smiley faces and festive spirit. We've got a good highlights reel and a good blooper reel to embarrass you with Rach.
Yeah, I feature heavily on that one. Yeah, thank you for that one. And is there anything that really stands out to you in terms of individuals we've had on the show for guests and things?
I don't think there is, but I think as a learning curve for students, the hands-on experience is absolutely fantastic. you're getting professional practice, you're working with professional people, and it has helped me develop my skills massively. And I really enjoy helping others develop their skills, such as like the face years that we've just taken on, and they're volunteering as well and getting involved. And it's nice to be able to appreciate that aspect from another view.
Yeah.
And develop them.
Yeah. Is there anything that people come to you and say, can you help me with this? Or is there anything in particular, or is it just the show?
On the VTs, I often sort of get them to imagine the vision for the edit. So like a 3-point interview, get the noddies, get the questions out, get some nice, interesting stories out there. And try and make it as fast-paced as possible for the viewer to enjoy it.
Well, brilliant. So we can catch On the Bench TV as well on Estuary. So catch On the Bench TV on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, and here's some highlights from the show.
Here come the champions.
I've arrived today at Grimsby Union Rugby Football Club. I've arrived today at Grimsby Union Rugby. It's gonna be a long night, this, isn't it? I had it in my head. I've arrived today at Grimsby Rugby Union Football Club.
And I'm joined now with Helen and Matt on the sofa. So from one professional presenter with myself and Rob, we go to these guys. Hi.
Was that the word professional?
That's the worst compliment ever.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Helen, what's it like dumping Martin, getting that one out, and then getting Matt over there?
Do you know what? When I found out, obviously, that Martin was going to be going behind the scenes, I thought, oh, okay. You know, I was a little bit sad because we've been friends for a long time. I was expecting, we're going to bring somebody like, like Channing Tatum, give
Bradley
me
Cooper.
somebody hot, and then
All right.
hot Matt.
Hey.
Do you know what? It's a lot of fun working with him, though. We get on very well.
Yeah, we do.
We get on really well. We
We
have
have
a
the
lot
same
of laughs. We do. We finish each other's sentences, which is really strange.
Yeah. It's like working with my twin.
Yeah, I'm
Same
not
age
sure
and
how I
everything.
feel
do you know
about
what I mean? So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We both go into makeup and that together, so we're fine, aren't we?
We do, yeah, it's good fun.
How are you liking it in that chair?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving how relaxed I am.
It's very strange to be sat here and being interviewed rather than being sat where you're
Yeah,
at.
I'm
It's
gonna
nice not to have
scrutinise
Martin in my ear roll, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always nice when I don't have a Martin in my ear. And how do you think the show has developed over the last year since we went on air?
I think it's come on leaps and bounds, massively. I mean, obviously, Matt, you've only been, with us about 7 or 8 weeks now?
Yeah, and I
think?
brought the professional side to the crew, really.
Absolutely, and obviously it's become amazing
Unprofessional, yeah.
since you've been here.
Thank you.
But we thought before then, we started from scratch. I've been the only presenter that's been on it for a full year.
Yeah, I'm a newbie.
You're a newbie. So I think set changes and
very nice it does look.
It does look good.
To be fair though, from my point of view, I've had good training because I worked on the show on the bench with you. So I've gone
Training from the best, really.
Well, I've gone from one diva to another, so I'm all right. I'm fine.
I don't know what he's on.
Where is my water, by the way?
Yeah, exactly. That's
I
it.
wanted some blue M&Ms. And they're like, So I think it's come on leaps and bounds, and it's really nice that we've been in the studio, we've been out and about, and we've come back in the studio, then we've been out and about, and we're switching and changing it up all the time, and I think that's what's keeping the viewers interested and
it keeps it fresh.
It does, and it's just really lovely to be involved with local stories.
Yeah, and have you got anything that's coming up in the next year that you're looking forward to, or that you're wanting to do with the show?
Probably from your point of view, another presenter.
Yeah, I'll get bored maybe mid-June, July of this one, and then I'll maybe want another one.
So if you're looking for a TV job,
apply with it.
Hit us up. Have you got any highlights? Just quickly, have you got any highlights, either of you, over the last year?
Well, mine's going to be flower making for me.
That was real. I liked the pumpkin carving.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. I think we've enjoyed getting our hands dirty and getting involved and doing different things. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
brilliant. Oh, so have you got anything that's?
I've got to say, this interview is probably the best one as well. So.
I think.
Well, you know, you just do it for me. It's great.
She's good, actually. I'm worried she's gonna just steal the sunshine from us now.
Well, I'm gonna have a look now at how good you two are on screen. So have a look at some highlights. Here they are.
Hello and welcome to That Friday Show. Another busy show for you this week with Helen Barley.
And Matt Denton.
Where's Matt? Hello, how are you? I'm Matt. What?
Hey.
And that's it for the first half of today's show. Join us after the break. We'll be talking to Hot Topics, Hugh Riches, and more highlights from more of Estuary's shows. See you after the break.
Good evening and welcome to the very first Estuary TV News.
Sorry I can't be with you, Rachel. Very busy, I'm afraid, preparing for our new elongated news programme that we're putting out on Estuary TV at the moment. Well, the format's not changed very much. I think maybe I'm umming and erring a little bit less with practice, although still too much of that, I suspect. We've got some really wonderful people coming on, though, and I'm enormously grateful to the people who are willing to make the effort to come and talk on the show. And so I think it's becoming a little bit more interesting as we get a greater variety of people.
The electrochemistry of alpha-D-glucopyranoside, beta-D-fructofuranoside and other large polyfunctional molecules.
I could talk for hours about it.
I thought you could.
The highlight? Well, I don't think there are any particular highlights. It's all been very good. And I'm very grateful to all the guests who've taken time to come on. I think the most informative ones are the most articulate ones, of course, and they tend to be the more senior politicians, local, regional and national. And it's been some very insightful thoughts have come through, and it's been some very exciting conversations. I think anybody who wants to come onto Hot Topic has clearly thought a great deal about what they want to talk about and the ideas and the conclusions that they've come to, and they express them very eloquently and articulately. And so the guests who have a passionate belief that's the result of clearly reasoned logic and argument, and who can come on and express them with great fluency, that's a joy. That's what a controversy and discussion and debate in politics should be about. Estuary was the first to launch, and I suppose we are setting the benchmark, and I think we're setting quite a high benchmark, if you can have a high bench. It's important to us, because we've made a little bit of history. We had the advantage of having Channel 7, which is the old cable network before, so we had a little bit more practice and a little bit more experience of these things. But yeah, I think we've blazed a trail.
Some highlights there with Hugh and the Hot Topic. I'm joined now by James and Richard from the News Channel. Thank you very much for joining me.
It's all right, Rachel.
Yeah, very cash tonight. Thanks for that.
Well, you know, almost came in my pyjamas. But
This is about as casual as I can actually make myself ever.
These are my pyjamas.
I'm glad you didn't go for the pyjamas, because the onesie look on TV doesn't quite work.
These are my pyjamas, Rachel.
Oh, I see. This is how casual you get. Right, lovely. So just talk to me about the News Channel, or the news show, because you've been doing this for a year now. And it's developed quite a lot. Recently, we've made quite a few changes. So just talk to me about that.
Well, the new look show is really different. I mean, obviously, it's got a whole new look, so all of the graphics and everything are different. But the biggest, most significant change is the fact it's gone from sort of a 15-minute show to a 24-minute show over half an hour. So it just means more news for everyone, a lot more of what we do. It's got quite a big, increase in output. But I mean, the best part about it is that we get to sort of cover more stories and see what more people are up to.
So does that mean a lot more work for you then, Richard?
Yeah, it does, but my bulletin time has been shortened quite a bit now, so it means that whilst I am still in the studio doing the bulletins and that kind of thing, it means that I do get more time to go and meet more people because, you know, we're all producing more stories now. And it's great because, you know, the viewer feedback that we had was that the news was good, but they just wanted to have, you know, more of it. So we're really pleased that we're able to provide a half-hour show now.
Oh, brilliant. So it's definitely a step in the right direction. And looking back over the last year then, what's kind of changed the most from the last few shows?
This is probably a question for you. You've been there from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, at first it was, you know, it was really tough. We started off with actually just 2 journalists.
Yeah.
And so now we've got sort of, well, 6 kind of, and then we've got Hugh presenting as well.
Greedy,
so,
really.
I know it is, yeah. It's a bit rich coming from you, though.
I just like to do a couple of shows a day, you know.
No, but I mean, it has really improved. We've got loads more people, and as a result, more stories, and the way we're doing things now is a little bit more in depth. So we've got more sort of 2-3 minute packages rather than short snippet stories.
Oh,
and yeah, to be honest, it's just a total transformation. When I think of how it was a year ago to how it is now, it's totally different.
In the good way, better obviously going forward.
Yeah, it's hugely positive what's happened.
And Richard, have you got any highlights over the last year that have come to the forefront of your mind?
Yeah. I would say I've covered some very, very interesting stories during my time. I mean, I've started out in June, July, so that was when I was brought in for a short period towards the beginning of June, and then by sort of July they said to me, you know, do you want to come back and do some more stuff for us? So I've had a blast. I've had an absolute blast, and I just can't wait for it to continue. And we're able to bring both quality and quantity by bringing a longer programme, really. So I'm thrilled.
Oh, good. Always brilliant to have you on the show. Thank you very much. We're going to have a look now at some news highlights. Take a look at this.
Good evening and welcome to the very first Estuary TV News.
Back with more news soon. Bye for now.
I'm joined now by Martin Samuels on the sofa. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
It's nice to be on your set.
I know. Yeah, blast from the past.
Yeah, so you've been with Estuary for a long time now, and you've gone from being behind the camera to in front to behind again. So how's it been with the transition?
Like a jack in the box, really, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. I mean, obviously, it's hard to actually present a show and try and gauge it and move it forward.
Yeah.
So, primarily that's why I sort of stepped back from that.
So is that giving you a bit more clarity now on what you could improve on, what works well?
Yeah. It's not overcooked. I mean, obviously, not just on that Friday show, but in general with my role, I kind of, in charge of the production side, i.e. looking after the shows and everything that's everything non-news, it kind of falls under my banner, really, as well as looking and helping and trying to progress the shows as well. So quite busy, as you can see, from the bags under the eyes.
It's all the commuting, don't worry. And you obviously introduced me to Estuary TV originally.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, under your wing, there I was. So how do you feel your role's developed under the channel and kind of just in development personally?
I'm learning all the time, because obviously, I'm all self-taught within television, and I just, through volunteering before I actually, was production manager. It's just been a huge learning curve, and I'm still learning every single day. But I've learned so much, and I it's not like a job to me, but it isn't like a job. I'm very, very lucky that I get paid for something that I really enjoy doing. But it's every day's learning curve. I really like it, and you're doing really well too.
Well, I love doing On the Bench. I absolutely love it, and I love working with Bob and Matt Denson. Sometimes like working with him.
There's another story.
You can't have every win, can you? You can't win everything.
No, definitely not.
So over the last year, then you've got quite a lot of things that have been going on. One of them stepping away from the camera, and we had Helen that stepped in with that Friday show and Matt.
Yep.
So if you want to join us, Helen.
Oh, she look right at that look.
It's like the big reunion, isn't it? It's like 7 all over again.
It's been a while since I've been sat on a sofa next to you.
You sat alongside.
Right. Oh,
It was like Ant and Dec.
No, it was. We were like Ant and Dec a little bit. We had to be the opposite way around.
Yeah.
So wrong, so wrong.
Yeah, I know. Well, there we go. It's all right. So, but it's nice, yeah. But we started that Friday show together, and to go a full year.
Did, yeah, without a break.
Yeah, full year on the show, with no break. But I think it's it's done what it was designed to do.
Yeah, definitely. Have you got any highlights from working together that stand out for you in the last year?
Apart from getting nagged at all the time.
Keep it
clean. You were terrible at messing up, though. He was the worst.
He used to scold me for messing up, and now I know.
And then I would come in and One Take Wonder is my nickname, and he
look, let's
don't lie. Let's not deny.
Let's
not
not
deny
it.
Absolutely, yeah. We should go and do a show together.
Hang on. Let's not take me out of the equation. But you get into the studio role of auto cues, and when you go out on location, naturally, you have to go from scripts and you have to start memorising things, which I couldn't do. But by the end of it, I did.
You weren't too bad. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's good.
You a few times.
I think because we've been friends for so long anyway.
Yeah, like 10 years.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a long time.
It's a long time.
So it is. It is. Yeah.
It's a long time.
But it is. But I think that's why we had the chemistry.
Yeah.
We always had the chemistry there working together, and I think it's.
It was a shame when you made the executive decision to take a step back, and I have missed presenting with him definitely.
I'm still around though. I'm not.
He's
I'm
still
not going
yeah.
anywhere.
We still have coffee. I'll still come and have coffee with him, and we'll chat about the show, and we go through scripts and guest ideas and things.
Yeah.
So
When she can be bothered.
Yeah.
I'm only joking.
When the latte's large.
Yeah, when the latte's large. When it's his round, yeah.
And what have you got coming up on that Friday show? So production side and presenting side for you?
Yeah. I mean, taking up to Christmas. I mean, December's so busy. Production steps up, so it's getting out doing VTs, filming the VTs. A highlight for me coming up. We're going to Lincoln and doing an interview with a certain comedy duo very soon. So
Ant and Dec?
No, a little bit older than them, but that's coming up. And obviously, Grimsby, we've got some stuff going in Grimsby. It's just all Christmas, trying to get everything in.
Christmas special.
It is, Christmas special, taking us up to Christmas, and who knows? World's the oyster. So there's so much potentially. Coming up, and I think looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
brilliant.
it. Yeah, it's really good.
Have you got anything coming up next year that's particularly standing out for you? Any guests lined up, or?
I just think the channel's obviously now one. So we're into year 2. Everything's progressing. New programming coming up. It's an exciting time. Lots to work on, and lots of new shows planned, and it's exciting.
Sort of keep our eyes open for who's in the area and what's coming up locally, and we sort of jump on it and make the phone calls as and when we need to, really.
Just working on new programmes into year 2. Because obviously on air every day for the amount of hours we are. We need a lot of new content for it, but it's
brilliant.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, well, it's good to get you back together.
Thank you.
Yeah, like a little reunion.
Oh, don't get emotional.
And it looks like we're out of time for this week's show. A big thank you to all of our guests who came out to celebrate a year of Estuary TV, and a massive thank you for joining us on this week's show and being part of the celebrations. We'll see you next week.